everybody on Facebook. Um, I'm going to ask Anna Marie and
Only red there.
Ashley. They can help me with Angela, if they can help me with the Facebook, bring over questions that people have. Um, okay, so today we're going to look at, last week we did the Mayans, and so this week we're going to do the Lunars. And Giovanni Letizia and some of the other brand ambassadors are going to be handing out the lunar colors. We have 5 lunars. One of them is a Primatech, and the Primatech is the Mayan Blue Genuine, and that's because the Mayan Blue Genuine uses both organic and inorganic pigments. It uses a clay, and the clay is infused with indigo, and then it goes through a process that brings it to pigment, and from the pigment, then we make paint. It's the same way on the other lunars. However, they are not historic. There's no pedigree to them. They weren't really attached to the Mayans. That's why they are part of the general colors, and that the Mayan genuine blue is part of the Primatech colors. Last week, Catherine and I were giving a presentation in California, Northern California. So they weren't anywhere near the fire. Sorry for all those people going through those horrible fires. And one of the questions that was asked quite a bit was complementary colors. There's not a huge understanding of complementary colors. So I thought what we do today is also show for the lunars what some of the complementary colors are. And it's really easy for really any color to find its complement in Daniel Smith by using the C Lab. And that's what I'll be using today. And Giovanni and Letizia are going to be bringing that up on the screen so you can see how that's done very easily. So you might do it differently using a color wheel. It's actually pretty similar, but this is kind of the way the human eye sees complements. So with that, we'll start looking at the lunars, and then if you have questions, please ask any questions. So Giovanni, can you show the some paint outs of the lunars? Okay, we can do complements first. So complements are relatively easy here anyway. So he'll click on lunar and just go to the plot. It's one behind this, Giovanni. Can you go to the plotting of the colors? It's not on this screen. There we go. And now put lunar in again, so we just see the lunars. No, just type in lunars. The easiest way to do it. From the search box. From the search box, just type lunar. There we go. There we go. And go ahead and why don't we do lunar blue? It's in the, there we go. And okay, so complement when it comes to how the human eye sees, it's pretty easy. What you do is just go across the axis. Oh. So if we look at lunar blue, we see that lunar blue is on the X and Y, it's AB here, but it's XY, it's minus 14.53 and minus 12. So if we want to find something close, what we'd be looking for as a true complement to this color would be a plus 14 or a plus 12 or a plus 13. And for the B, we'd be looking for a plus 12, a plus 13, or a 9 or a 10. And a good example of that would be raw. So a good example of that would be, and I didn't put it down as an example, would be raw umber or burnt bronzite. So if we look at raw umber, and just click on raw umber, And we look at the, just click on it once, Giovanni, so we can see underneath that, see the A and B values. Well, you can see that the A value is 7.2 and the B value is 20.97.
John, I think the raw violet umber was closer.
Yes,
The
it
one,
is.
that one. I think that's
It is.
yeah,
You're
there.
correct. Whoever's saying that's correct. Yeah, there we go. So you can see if it's minus 0.14, we have plus 15, that's within 2. And we have minus 12 on the original lunar blue, and this is positive 12. So it's a true complement. It's the fastest and easiest way to do it with any color is just look across the axis to see where its complement might lie. Not every color we have has a complement. For example, lunar earth and lunar red rock don't have complements.
John, I appreciate you going through and speaking through the process of finding the complement on the scale, because as an artist, that is not intuitively the first way I would have gone about solving that problem. So I appreciate you walking through step by step the process. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. You know, the interesting thing is, and kind of how you as artists are blessed, is this is really three-dimensional. There's a z-axis to this, right? It's like looking at a glass marble, and the colors are going within any space within that marble three-dimensionally. So it's really kind of interesting how to pick, you know, your complements. Okay. If sometime you wanted to go over it more, we could go over it more. Lunar black has a huge amount of complements, and that's because the blacks are really within this right by the origin in terms of the axis. So there's so many of the colors that are close by it. It's kind of interesting. All right, so why don't we take some time to look at the colors? And I know several of the brand ambassadors have the different lunars. And then if you've used a lunar recently or have close at hand paintings you've done with the lunars, those would be awesome to see as well. So Giovanni, can we start with you?
I'm starting with all the lunar, and I prepare before in my dish and apply the water, little zoom. And like the granulation starting in the water is very, very beautiful color. And then now to try to mix it with these color sticks or the lunar. I selected the one yellow is bismuth 108, rich green gold, cobalt teal blue, permanent green light, and pyrrole orange, and apply in this case in this direction, one orange for lunar blue, yellow for violet, green for earth, cobalt teal for black, and using the lunar black for another mixing after, and rich green gold for red rock. Starting with red rock. Using this case with the setting paper. And sticks. And the water. Interesting mixing for the landscape tone. Okay. And the second is lunar black, the majestic of lunar black, but starting with the water, wet on wet. Brush. And show the difference the lunar black on the setting paper on rough paper, for example. The granulation. And the beautiful cobalt teal drops. Zoom, sorry for my reflection lamps. And create this beautiful effect. The third color is lunar violet. And like the palette. And the drops with bismuth vanadate, yellow. For interesting mixing. The fourth color, hair color of lunar is earth, lunar earth. And the green is permanent green light. And a beautiful effect. In this case, in the setting paper is more there is low effect, but in the rough paper it is very fast. And the last is blue, lunar blue. And the pyrrole orange, little globe. And obtain this particular effect of granulation. And now try the beautiful lunar black effect on the rough paper, but apply the lunar black on the color dry, completely dry. I use only the water, one layer of water. And the lunar black after. On pure orange. In this case, I use the lunar blue. In this case, don't use the mixing, but I use the color layer for effect. And on cobalt teal blue, the lunar violet.
So Giovanni, if you were to mix them
Yeah.
wet on wet to begin with, would it have that same effect?
Sorry, Rick?
Sì, mescoli bagnato su bagnato, c'è lo stesso effetto.
Yeah,
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Okay.
But in this case, for
Right.
example, for me is perfect for obtain the huge granulation of color, but I have the coloring background for the luminosity.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. And the last is on permanent green light. I use the lunar red rock. And the part of lunar black completely dry, I apply the normal color for the change the sequence. For example, bismuth vanadate. Very, very pearl orange.
Giovanni, I notice when you do the opposite, the lunar colors tend to re-wet very easily and move again.
Yeah. Yes. Permanent green light. And rich green gold. Okay. And the last, I use the alizarin crimson. For this soft effect, but I have in the background the power of granulation of lunar black. Is a filter, similar to filter. And this is the effect.
These effects are amazing, Giovanni.
Thank you, Angela.
Yes, really. On dry, I had never tried. I must try it.
Yeah, because it's similar to the filter on the photographic machine when I apply the red filter or green filter. The granulation is perfect to this effect.
Yeah, it's wonderful, really wonderful. I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, John.
Oh, you're very welcome, Giovanni. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Giovanni?
I think he explains it so well.
Okay.
Everybody,
Will we have the opportunity to see any of the wet washes at the end so we can see how they dried? That would be helpful.
the ones he did before you.
Yes. Yeah. I tried doing it during the another brand ambassador showing. I tried the wet on wet.
Thank you.
Sabi?
Sabina.
There's
Next
a
we have
question
Sabina.
about, sorry, there's a question about that they're very transparent. I think you'll find the answer is that they're highly granulating, therefore the color particles hold together and separate from the surface, and you're seeing a lot of white paper through. So it's the granulation that makes them appear to be more transparent.
That's exactly right. Thank you, Carolyn.
So here we are. Good evening, good morning, and however you are, thank you.
Thank you.
So I show you my color card. I have here the cadmium red medium blue, and here is the bismuth vandate yellow, and the wisteria, and the quinacridone gold on this side. And we start to get the lunars on it. That is the lunar earth and lunar red rock and lunar blue, lunar violet, and lunar black. I do it on the red. And now we started on the yellow. First is the lunar earth. Here I have the inside from a milk box. And lunar red rock. And I don't know if you see the color goes in two colors. This is the lunar blue, and it's a very strange blue here and a darker blue deeper. And I love, my favorite is the lunar violet. I have it on my fab card.
Why is that, Sabina? Why is it your favorite?
Oh, it's a nice granulating, and I love it. It's not black, and you can paint it very dark. And so I can choose what I want. And you can mix it with many colors.
Mhm.
And here's the lunar black. And lunar black is fantastic too. You see the granulation, it's a mystery. It's wonderful. And with these colors, I paint a picture with the lunars, and I show you. This is the lunar blue on Wisteria. You see, it's a very nice color here. I love it for the sky. Violet on violet. And lunar black. And the color on the paper is just a little bit wet. And this is quinna gold. And quinna gold is a very bully color, goes in every color inside. But when you lay it on the first layer on the paper, so he gives up the color. Lunar blue. And violet. And a lunar black. And you see that green? It's a spring green. And here, fantastic, the blue. I love the orange and a little bit pink. And that's amazing. Look. See? And here in the bismuth with lunar earth. And now I show you the picture. And
Wow.
that's I'm coming from a country with many castles, and I love castles.
Oh, it's magical, Sabine.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you. And here the sky, it's lunar blue. And here you see that lighter blue. And this is lunar blue too.
Would you hold it closer to the camera?
Yes.
Thank you.
And here's lunar earth. And a little bit lunar red. And here's lunar violet. And that's the reason I love lunar violet. It's not so much dark like the lunar black. It's just a little bit softer, and you can get it everywhere. With green, a dream. And so you can get it for stones and for mountains. And here, this little granulation, I love it so much. It can be a forest, it can be stones, it can be just all. And I love to paint with granulations and with the lunar colors. It's absolute amazing. See you
Beautiful.
that? Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, Sabine.
Yeah, thank you. Very
Okay.
nice.
Grazie.
Okay, for Anna Maria, this is all wet on wet. I power off my light. And zooming. Perfect. And now, oh, sorry, my camera off.
Andato via.
Aspetta.
We're back to John's frame. Would you like to speak first about what's on the table now, John?
Oh, I was just playing around with the lunar colors as I see many of you doing. Um, so it's just the violet, the earth, the red rock, and then the black. And as Carolyn was saying, when you have a lot of granulation, a lot of the transparency deals with how much light can be reflected back. And I don't know if I've ever shown that, but if you have kind of an easy way to do it, look at this, and then we'll look at other people's work as well. So if light can come down and then come back out again, then you have way more transparency because that light wave can come in, go between the particles, and come out. And then for it to be opaque, it tries to come in, but it hits this. These are really locked together tight, and it just bounces straight back. So it's opaque. My pen doesn't want to work with me. Sometimes a light wave can come back and go through this, but then it just bounces forever on the bottom of these particles. So in general, opaque, in general, transparent, semi-transparent is between the two. So when you have a lot of space like the lunar black can give, it'd be a transparent color. When you have the lunar earth, it's a transparent color. When you have the lunar blue, it's more semi-transparent. And then the red and the ultramarine are also, lunar violet are going to be semi-transparent. If you've ever wanted to know that. So with that, Sylvia, are you using the lunars?
Lunar black, yeah. I
So-
painted with Queen Rose, yellow medium, Hansa yellow medium, and transparent pyro orange. Just this is now I'm adding painting with the lunar black. I love to paint. Let me show you what I'm doing. Galaxies.
That's
This
cool.
is always, and the lunars are fantastic to paint this because normally galaxies are the first class of the year, of the season, because I think it helps students to activate their right side of the brain and deal with a lot of creativity. So that's why I love, and the lunar black to me is very, very useful for classes and, to give students freedom to play with the pigments because everybody loves the effects. So I love playing with lunar black. See, this paper is very, very wet. And now I love to play also with salt, as I did in our Christmas live. And yeah, now I will see it's giving the transparency, which I think it's amazing to paint galaxies. A little bit more of Queen Rose. And I always paint this in layers, adding more pigment, because it's different, the effect that we can achieve on top, painting on top of the lunar black, and below, in the layers below. And doing this, I have, oh, this is the most difficult word to me in English, but I will try. Depth, right? I don't know if it is correct, but I always say depth. And I say, I know everybody looks, wow, what is she saying? But this is the plane. And this little planets. Okay, it's a little trick here with polish nail remove. Isso aqui on top of lunar black, and it opens and we play. Yeah, too much. But now I will play with the salt, so I have even more granulation, and it creates layers as well. Now I have to wait until it is dry.
Sylvia, can we see your purple galaxy again? And what colors did you use in
Yes.
it? This one's beautiful too.
Yes, dear. Yes.
Thank you.
There's two. Okay. Here, I use it almost the same colors, but carbazole violet too, and the lunar black. The lunar black all around. See the transparency here? It's amazing. It's a black and it is transparent here and here. Now here it's a little bit heavier. I have this example too, but here I use it less lunar, but it's still here. So it becomes natural. I love it. I love it because it's transparent and it's natural. And it's gouache, this sparkles. But the lunar sea, I love these effects. I don't know if the camera is showing you the nebula. And the nebula is like transparent. And this, I can only get this effect with the lunar black. Amazing.
Very nice.
Amazing. I love it. Now, here I have to wait until it is dry. Maybe I will dry with a hair dryer so we can see the effects of the salt and lunar black together.
That'd be
Okay?
great. That'd be great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. We now have
Wow.
Angela
Oh,
done.
oh my
Hello,
gosh.
Angela.
Whoa.
Wow. Angela, will you
Yeah.
just go ahead and ship that to me, please?
Why not? Why not
So-
indeed?
Look at all the energy in there.
It's all
Wow.
the lunars together and a little bit of water only. That's all. It's lunar black here, lunar blue, red rock. No, yes, red rock. This is lunar earth and lunar violet, and here lunar blue. But if you just spray a little bit of water, look what happens. It all happens on its own. You don't have to do anything. That could be, the earth when you go to a mine, and the different layers of the rocks. Like this could be the side of the mountain, and these different rocks that John so cleverly mines. And here I find that the lunar black doesn't granulate enough. So I will help him. I will encourage him a little bit. But gravity plays a strong role here also. I don't know. I think that the light is reflecting. Now, not so much, right? I love the effect of the lunar blue. Look at the lunar blue.
Angela, is that on regular paper or is that like on aqua board?
No, that's hot pressed.
Oh my gosh.
Pressed is better for granulation because it runs more. It is a little bit like Yupo, not like Yupo, but it is, you know, very slippery, let's say. It's difficult to control. So if you want more freedom, then use this hot pressed. That's something I learned from Nicolas. He's a master at that. And when he wants strong granulations, he uses hot pressed. Normally, I mean, not all the time. He also uses definitely the rough paper. For me, it's easier to get granulation here because for me, it's important to have granulation. Maybe not every painting, but you know, I find it so organic.
Angela, thank you so much for saying that because I have tried so hard with cold press and rough paper. So now I know where I'm going wrong.
But it depends on what you want, because what you really want is different textures. For example, when you do the dry brush stroke on rough paper, it looks much better than on smooth paper or on hot pressed. Hot pressed is especially if you like to do these effects. You know, if you want to get the paint to run. I don't know, like here, you know. I incline it a little bit. I'm covering what there was, okay? Is there any problem? No, because I will get the granulation immediately again. Just a matter of patience.
I think what we've learned from Nicholas is the trick is lots of pigment and lots of water.
Yes, exactly. This is done very quickly, so it's not very controlled. But you know, sometimes it's better not to control so much.
That is awesome, Angela.
To my right, you know.
I think, Angela, what you're showing us is that we all have this love and passion for water, and the granulation is showing the evidence of the water even after the water evaporates. It's still there.
You explained it so well. Thank you, Anne-Marie. It's like the freedom of the paint and the freedom of the water, because it's actually the water that is painting for you. Of course, if you want to control and have strong control, it's not so good. But I can, here once it's dry, or even now, I can paint, for example, lines. I have here a lunar violet. I can follow this stream, for example. Okay. Or let's say that I want to create a division here. With any color, I can do that. So after it's granulating, I can still paint on top of that. I am only using lunars, but here, for example, I have yellow. I can paint I could use the Nicolazo yellow that I have, or the vanadate that Giovanni was using. It has marvelous effects. I like just the lunars here in this particular case. I like the lunars. And the lunar violet, look, it's amazing. The brush was mixed with lunar earth. And look at that. I will spray a little bit to activate it, even though it's wet, but. Can you see, or the light is reflecting too much, maybe?
No, we can see.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the blue and the lunar earth, it's fantastic.
Some landscapes in New Zealand are similar to this.
Yes.
That's also very helpful for us to see how wet you have the board by seeing the reflections move.
Yes, very, very wet. But you don't have to be afraid of the water. What's the worst thing that can happen? That the paint runs, and so?
But Angela, I'm looking, all the pigment and all the water. Really, this is so much fun. I am so enjoying this. I think that's the
Yes.
top thing of all.
That's the whole point of it, to have fun.
Yes.
Look here. Look what's happening here. Look at all of that.
Wow.
I didn't do any of these. I couldn't do it myself. But the water and the paint does it. Look at these marvelous pigments and what they do.
It's like a mountain from the top.
Exactly.
This would be wonderful packaging for a lunar set, wouldn't it? Like on the boxes.
You're right.
Yeah.
Look, John, look at what's how we are enjoying ourselves
It's
with
so
your
neat to
colors.
watch.
I think you should.
It came so beautiful, Angela.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at the black. So I love
Incredible.
the structure of the black, lunar black. Made
Yeah.
such an amazing structure, very graphical content.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Angela.
have Mark ready for his lunar works as well.
Yeah. Hello all. Yeah, I thought John was talking about the loop. Well, we're talking about the lunars, and John was talking about complementary. So I thought I'd combine the two. So I did some mixes here, which I'll go through with you. This is lunar violet, and the complementary on that, I went for new gamboge. I don't know if you can see it there, if it comes through, but when it gets to here on this paper here, it's so organic. When I look at it, it's just like reptile skin. It's beautiful, and they play so nicely, those two colors. They like playing together. And the next one I got on there is lunar blue, and I matched that with quinacridone gold. And again, a very interesting thing there is because the quin gold is just a very bossy color. It just shoots across the page. But when you let them mix together and with the water and everything, on this end here, you got a deep, deep, lovely green. And on this end here, I don't know if you can pick it up there, but there's a lovely blue turquoise that comes across there. It was a very unexpected mix. Then the next one is lunar red earth, and I matched that with serpentine as a green. So serpentine is interesting because it's a primitive color, and it not only granulates itself, but it also separates nicely. So if you add that if you had serpentine by itself, you get lovely greens separating with the going into a shade of browns as well. But when you put it with the red rock, lunar red rock, it comes so natural and very, very earthy.
I love your mixes, Mark.
Thanks, thank you, Angela. And the last one is lunar earth, and I matched that with cobalt teal blue. And cobalt teal blue is granulating as well. But when you mix these two together as well, you get lovely patterns here. And it's just a case of really letting the water and the pigments do what they want to do on your page, like Angela's shown. You can get amazing effects. And to me, when I saw that, I thought that if they ever find water on Mars, that's what it's going to look like.
Yes.
They ever find what?
Water on
Mars.
On Mars. Oh, okay. Yes.
And it looks, the last color mix looks very energetic. I love it.
Yeah. They definitely complement each other again.
Yes.
It almost looks
Very
like
strong.
manganese blue. The last one.
Yeah.
Is the yellow, is it lunar earth?
Mm-hmm.
No, the lunar blue.
The lunar blue is this one here.
Ah, okay. And the one at the bottom then?
That's cobalt teal blue, this one,
Ah, cobalt teal blue. Okay.
with the lunar Earth.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it's always nice playing with the lunars because they got a mind of their own. And then all I can show you on my Instagram, I usually post color mixes, and I've got this one as well. And this is a 3-color mix. This is lunar red earth, mine violet, and sepia together. And I love doing these mixes, and I post them on my Instagram because they're just so much fun. And again, if you got the right
It's
paper,
like a
and
galaxy
everything.
itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's a nice one. And then I think I got one more here. Let me try and find it. I want to show you. Yeah, here we go. This one is
I remember this.
lunar violet. This is lunar violet, transparent peroxide, and quinacridone violet as well.
Very nice.
Again, I mean, it's so earthy. It's I think geologists would love that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just love the mixes.
Mark, what were your colors
The
again,
things you
please?
can get with it. Just these ones. This is lunar violet, transparent pale orange, and quinacridone violet.
Thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
Very nice.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
Thanks,
you, Mark.
Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we're gonna have Buffy.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Buffy.
Hi,
I wanted to
Buffy.
show you guys, can you see how amazing it looks on the palette? So this is the lunar earth, the lunar blue, the lunar red rock, and lunar violet. So I thought I would really do like a 1-minute rock for you guys. So I'm just gonna put some random water on here so that when I start to paint them, it'll be extra spontaneous. And then I'll
Hey,
go,
Buffy,
yeah.
you rock. You rock. Painting
These
rocks,
colors.
I said, you rock.
These colors rock, don't they? And I'm just gonna
Yeah.
put them on here and see if we could enjoy the granulation. There's the lunar earth, and it's just this crackly goodness. My gosh, look at that. It's making rocks for me. I tell people the secret to painting rocks is to put the paint on there and let them paint themselves. The more you fuss with them, it just isn't the same as when you let them
And Buffy,
dry
what you
naturally.
have on the paper is lunar black.
No, I didn't have any lunar blacks. So what I did was I set my agates on the paper.
Ah,
I arranged them and then I sprayed over it and then I dropped some ink so that it would stay and it wouldn't interfere with the lunar colors.
okay.
It's a real fun project to do. You can do feathers, you can do leaves, and it's really fun also to do with children because it's a project that they can have a lot of success with it. So
creative.
So now if I leave that be, I was thinking something that might be fun and would be to add some white. And then when I saw Sylvia's gorgeous galaxies, I thought, yeah, that is a good idea. So I'm just going to splatter a little bit of white in there too to give it something else to play with. And then I'll let it be and let it dry. And hopefully that granulation effects would be amazing. I also liked excuse all the noise, what Angela was sharing about just kind of giving it an extra little spray. I like that. So now I'll just let my rocks finish painting themselves. John introduces these amazing colors that can do all the heavy lifting for us.
Well, I could only see the blacks, and now I can see the negatives. The stones are the negative, what is left between the blacks, right?
Yes.
Wow.
See,
So
so
the
now
black
you
would
can
be
see.
the background. Gorgeous.
And you see how it's starting to move. And you could also use a little gravity. And then once that layer dries, if you want to, you can do more shadow or that kind of thing. But the colors that are made with the minerals and rocks are so fun to then use in nature landscapes and painting rocks with rocks. How cool is that, right? Doesn't get much cooler.
Yeah.
And so as this dries, then I'll share it with you guys on I'll send it to Ethel.
How would you do the shadows on the stones? Would you use lunar violet, for example?
Yeah, I got a little splatter of the white there. But let me dry one. If we have time, let me see real quick. I'll just do this little rock right here. When you're using granulating pigment, whenever you can allow it to dry naturally, you'll have the best effect. And that way you have all that settling in the hills and valleys of the paper. But I dried this rock right here, and so we can go in with some lunar blue. And Angela, you were saying how the lunar violet is a nice darker color. So
No,
we
it was
could use
yeah.
we can use that for a little bit of shadow. Yeah, that worked out really nice. Just find some spots. Just darken it a bit. And if it gets too clunky, now we know, thanks to Angela, we can just give it a spray, right? That was such a cool trick.
You didn't need me to know that.
Anyways, thank you so much for these amazing colors and letting me share today, guys.
Thank you, Buffy. That's beautiful.
Thank you, Buffy.
Thank you, Buffy. Awesome.
John, time check, we have about 3 minutes. So maybe if we have any sharers from our guests, like Anna or Besnik,
Oh.
or maybe we have Anna first.
Hi, thank you. Hello. Well, I just have the lunar black, which is by itself here, and okay, so this is new colors week. I got a new color, the lemon yellow and the phthalo green blue shade this week, so I'm super happy. New colors in my palette, and so I'm using them more. And look at that granulation. I don't know if you can see it, but it's beautiful. And I did the Mayan orange from last weekend at Queen Gold that everybody likes, and the granulation with the lunar black is awesome. And I just put this to it to dry, as Giovanni said. So Giovanni, I will report next week how they came up with the lunar black. And I was trying to follow Sylvia's galaxy, but not the great success. But it's still drying and it has salt. So I hope I can get something similar. So, but everybody, it's super fun. I hope I can do more like Buffy's and Angela's and Sabine's after the class as well. Well, not a class, it's a workshop, but it's but super fun today. Thank you. And so timely with all the moon is in Mars and Venus and Saturn are just super close together. So everything, I mean, if everybody's like a fan of the cosmos as I am, this is super fun. So thank you.
Looks fantastic, Anna.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Giovanni, for introducing us to mixing the colors. I was able to mix lunar black, which is the lunar that I have, with all of the colors on my dot card, just exploring juicy mixes. And I've really enjoyed playing with lunar black. I did a series of 200 paintings of the Name of God series just in lunar black. And we had somebody mention in the comments about it looked a little sooty for them. And the things I found that were very helpful were adding extra water so it moves and adding a slight incline again. And again, Angela and Buffy saying spray it so it moves.
Yes.
And I love lunar black because what's happening at a granular level like what we're seeing is a nearly microscopic level, and then you start looking at satellite images of the world, and you have identical behavior. And this is the reticulation of the movement of water. And the reason for this is because at a small level and at a macro level, water behaves the same.
Yes, true.
And gravity. And I just love this. And a fun thing that we also learn is that on Mars, the reticulation is not going to be the same because the physics, the nature of just the shape of the images from Mars are different because it doesn't have that granulation, that reticulation, that water.
What orange is that, Anna Maria? What orange is that?
This is transparent pyrrole here,
Wow.
which is on my dot card. And then we also have the quin coral and the quin, various quins here, and rhodonite.
Great idea to mix it with all your palette colors and your dot card colors. That's a great idea.
Because we work with what we have, and
Yes.
I'm so happy that this is Anna Candella's new color week and that she has new colors to explore because Christmas, right? And we play with what we've got.
Yes.
But look at
It
that
looks like tiger
picture.
eye.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And
So
a lot of
the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth row down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the fifth row down in the middle, it looks kind of like, yeah, like tiger eye and jasper and garnet. I've seen.
that's goethite, which is also a great granulator. The
That's
green
amazing.
Mark was talking about.
I mean, it looks like the actual rock itself. You know what I mean? Like as if there's little square rocks sitting on the paper. That's amazing.
There you
And
go.
Anna Maria, when you frame it, you have a fantastic picture.
I love cutting these apart and sending them as postcards. That's what I do with a lot of my practice sheets.
Angela, I really think
Hour
we need to
together,
blame
special
you too.
together.
Sorry.
All right, I think we can have Besnik share last. He was about to Besnik. And then we'll share everybody's artworks. And spotlight. Okay, go ahead, Besnik.
Yeah, I just wanted to show a few of the lunars that I already used in my paintings. Some of them I already shown. I didn't do any testing for today. This in here, is it visible? Maybe not. Yeah. It's only pure lunar blue mixed with other colors. And I have the latest one. This is only pure black, lunar black.
Wow.
Nice and three-dimensional.
In here I have few mixes. I think I already shown this painting.
Yeah, we featured this. It's beautiful.
Lunar Earth. And the latest one that I did of my city, this one. This is all painted with lunar black.
I love the combination of loose and representational together.
Besnik, what kind of paper is that sheet?
Bauham.
Bauham, okay.
Size.
Is it rough, cold?
Yes,
hot?
rough.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Thanks, Besnik. For the interest of
Good night.
time, we are only left with a minute to go. So John will proceed to show everybody's swatch. I think they all look lovely. And we will share the output from today's session on our socials for a better look or closer look of each swatch.
Thank you, Ethel.
You guys did a great job.
Who else?
So
Who else? Who else are we missing? Buffy's.
Angela.
Thank you all. So many inspirational combinations. I really like Anna Marie and Angela's and everyone's.
Yeah.
Sylvia's is there. Anna Marie. Wow,
There's so many ideas.
Marty,
Yeah.
look
Oh,
at
Marty.
Marty's. Angela
These
and
lunars are
Sylvia.
so amazing, huh?
Hello, Marty.
Looking
Very
forward
nice.
for a
Beautiful work,
lunar
everyone.
weekend.
Oh,
Oh,
Angela,
pretty.
that was really cool. Very nice work. So colorful.
Oh, Anna as well. Okay, let's add. We'll just remove John's frame for
Yeah, take
a
mine out. Yeah.
second. And then Anna, there's a one frame.
There
And
we go.
Marty,
Okay, do a steady.
And where is Geo? I don't see Geo.
Geo's is
Top,
where's
yeah, yeah.
Geo's?
top left corner.
There, upper left.
Top left corner.
Top left.
It's complete now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice, Geo.
Thank
Everyone
you.
makes it so beautiful, huh?
Thank you, all ambassadors.
All right. So
Great job, everybody.
tomorrow, please join us. John, would you like to invite everybody for tomorrow's session?
Oh, yeah,
We're gonna
we
have Milind
Milind
Malik.
tomorrow. He's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yes,
artist.
we will be
And a
tomorrow.
phenomenal musician.
Oh.
So
Nice.
awesome. Hope to see you tomorrow. Great job. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody on Zoom. Thank you, everybody on Facebook. Bye, Marty.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
See you
Everyone.
tomorrow.
Bye bye.